The Duffer Brothers are speaking out about what Stranger Things Season 5 might be. But can we trust what they're going to say? We ask this because, by their own words, they aren't finalized for Season 5, the final season of Stranger Things as a whole, outside of the very ending, which they've known for a while. Add that to what happened at the end of Season 4, and as you can see, things aren't going to be as they have been before. This is the true endgame, and everything is on the table, including possibly a time jump to Hawkins after the Upside Down invasion. How things are currently. While even the mighty Duffer Brothers don't have everything filled out in terms of the final scripts, as Ross Duffer told Collider that the writing staff was going to take a little vacation in July, and then we're going to come back. I know that the writer's room is going to start in that first week of August. That doesn't mean we don't have some insight into their current process. They do note that they ended things differently in Season 4 for a reason, and that difference will affect Season 5 massively. For the first time ever, we don't wrap things up at the end of Season 4. So it's going to be moving, Matt Duffer said. I don't know that it's going to be going 100 miles an hour at the start of 5, but it's going to be moving pretty fast. Characters are already going to be in action. They're already going to have a goal and a drive. And I think that's going to carve out at least a couple of hours and make this season feel really different. Furthermore, while the full-on road map to the finale is a bit fuzzy, as it would be without the scripts written, the ending has never been in doubt. While a lot of Season 5 is actually pretty blurry, the last 30 minutes of it are pretty clear in our heads, he said. So if we can make the journey entertaining, I think that we have an end that will hopefully satisfy. You can't satisfy everyone, but the hope is that it's something that feels right for this story. Given how many series finales have disappointed fans of late, that's actually something that is fair to note. Especially given how passionate the Stranger Things fanbase is. They'll never be able to please everyone, but a majority? That might be possible. In that same interview, Matt Duffer said the season will take place entirely in Hawkins, in contrast to the 4th season's trip to California and the USSR, and that the cast breakdown would resemble that of Season 1. We want to go back to a lot of things that we did in Season 1, he said. There's something nice about coming full circle, and that totally fits with what we do know about Season 5, such as how the Upside Down is now fully in Hawkins, and that right there is where many think the time jump will likely come into play. Because given the growth the actors themselves are going to happen between filming, C11's hair, and likely many growth spurts, they might need to showcase how the Hawkins crew and the remaining citizens are trying to survive in the new Upside Down Hawkins. Though this could change depending on how things are written. Everything is up in the air until filming gets wrapped after all. Not as long. Another big question that many fans are asking about is the episode count. Season 4 broke many molds, largely due to the pandemic, by not just how long it is, or the 2 volumes that they decided to release, but furthermore, the final episode of Season 4 was a straight-up movie of sorts that did a lot to the series, and to the fans that braved to watch it. The good news is that we're unlikely to get that same volume break for Season 5, as the pandemic hopefully won't surge again and cause more filming issues. However, that also means you're probably not going to get as long of a season episode-wise due to the content that will be had. The only reason we don't expect it to be as long is because if you look at it, it's almost a 2-hour wrap-up before our kids really get drawn into the supernatural mystery. Matt Duffer shared, "You get to know them, you get to see them in their lives, what they're struggling with, adapting to high school and so forth. Steve's trying to find a date, all of that." None of that obviously is going to be occurring in the first 2 episodes of Season 5. Indeed, they've noted multiple times, including in a previous quote, that there won't need to be a build-up for Season 5. You'll know the stakes, and as a result, things are going to be straight up. Go, go, go. That means that there won't be a need for all of these different side stories and building up tales. Everything will be on the line, and we'll all know it. State of key characters. As fans all know, Stranger Things isn't above pulling a twist with key characters to help sell a moment, like when Bob showed up after his death to bring Joyce some peace in the moment. However, the state of certain other characters are a bit more clear. While speaking with Happy Sad Confused podcast host Joshua Horowitz, both Matt and Ross Duffer confirmed that Eddie Munson is definitely dead. Additionally, the pair confirmed that Dr. Brenner is definitely dead, and detailed that while Max, Sadie Sink, survived her bout with Vecna, it left her brain dead, blind, and all of her bones are broken. Whether or not she'll fully recuperate is something audiences will have to wait to find out. Though needless to say, that's a pretty big set of circumstances to come back from. And given that this is the 80s, the act of being brain dead is very much a kind of death sentence. But then again, with Eleven's powers and other twists likely to come, and given all that Max went through in this season, it's a bit odd to just leave her like that and not give her the fair ending or at least a full sacrifice to end her story. As for Vecna, his state of affairs is a bit more curious. They note in the show that he's not dead despite the assault on him from various planes of existence. But he's not 100% either, despite getting his way. He's pissed. If you thought he wasn't pissed before, he's pissed now. Actor Jamie Campbell Bower shared with Bloody Disgusting. Yeah, the vengeance, if it were me, on a personal level, if somebody did that to me, I'm coming for you. We all could very easily figure that there's a couple big boss battles coming, and Vecna is key among them. So yeah, he'll be back. The military. Early in Season 4, we learned that there are two governmental factions with very different views on how to deal with 11 and the threat of the Upside Down. One spearheaded by Dr. Owens, Paul Reiser, and the late Dr. Brenner, thinks 11 is their only chance at stopping the Upside Down. The other, led by Lieutenant Colonel Jack Sullivan, Sherman Augustus, thinks 11 is the cause of all the chaos and must be destroyed. Sullivan and his forces attacked their rivals in the penultimate episode of Season 4, killing Brenner and taking Owens prisoner. But 11 got away. Now that the Upside Down has come to the real world, it remains to be seen what the Army will do next, and whether or not they still view 11 as a threat to be eliminated or an asset to use in the fight against the supernatural unknown. The ending. Finally, and most importantly, the Duffer Brothers know how things are going to end. How exactly they get there is up in the air, but they know the way they want it to end. Not to be a buzzkill here, but the fact of the matter is that the state of Hawkins is one where things can't end in a rosy fashion. Between the Demogorgons, the Bats, the Mind Flayer, and Vecna, people are going to die, and probably die badly. As a result, the real question isn't just how are things going to end, it's very much who is going to make it to the end. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Stranger Things Season 5 based on the words and testimonies of those who have been involved in it? Do you think a time jump truly is on the table? Or will it get altered once the scripts have actually been written? What do you think needs to happen in Season 5 for everything to come into place? Do you have personal hopes for the season? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.